All right, all right. Let's see. What game should we do next? Scrolling down here, nothing. Oh, here we go. Okay, we'll skip on down to a 2:30 matchup on ESPN. A lot of these other games, like Oklahoma State, Arizona, meh. Oklahoma State don't have a coach. If you want to do the trat or the toilet bowl, then we could do North Carolina and Clemson, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go to Texas at Florida. Now, Texas is ranked ninth in the country, 3-1, as we know. Florida is 1-3, 0-1 in the SEC. 2:30 game on ESPN. Texas is favored by 7.5, with a 77% chance to win, according to ESPN analytics. Chase, let's hear it.
Oh, man, another one. We just did Iowa State and Cincinnati, and I said this is their third all-time matchup. This is only the fifth all-time matchup between these two programs. How insane is that one? Again, not expecting that. Um, I think this is a really fun one, a great test for Arch Manning. You've had your warm-up games in San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston. You've gotten oiled up now. You're ready. You should be ready to go. You get to go play in the hardest stadium in America in Ben Hill Griffin at Florida. The swamp is just something else. It's also, you're kind of getting into October though. Maybe it's not as hot, down there. That's one of the biggest things for the swamp that they have to them. But Texas is 3-0-1 in this series. Most recently last season beating Florida 49-17. Before that, guys, before that, you got to take it 84 years all the way back to 1940 between these two teams. So last season, these two are the first time since 1940 that these two programs have played. My gut tells me to go Texas here. I really believe in it. I really love Arch Manning. I do. I love Steve Sarkisian. I think he's probably him and Lane Kiffin are up there for probably the best offensive minds in the country. Honestly, in my opinion, the way he schemes things up, the way he gets people open. And I do think Arch Manning is dealing with a little bit of an injury. Like you watch him in his throwing patterns and stuff. It doesn't look like he's fully healthy. Um, but my goodness, on the opposite side of the ball, you got Florida, who in the safest way possible, they should be wearing helmets on and off the field, even the coach. And it is just like, how in the world do you go from a kid last year where he has what 5 or 6 games? He starts at the end of the season 7 and he goes 6-1, 5-1, something like that, and he wins and he's a solid quarterback. And you give him a full off season to actually, hey, here's the playbook, it's your team, here's the keys, and then you got him going out here losing to USF and throwing 5 interceptions in a game. And I don't understand it. Um, I don't understand how it happens. But I'm going to play my safe pick here. I'd love to see Florida upset. I do think this is a trap game as well because you're looking ahead. What is after this week, guys? You got the Red River rivalry after this week. Yes, I said it slow because if I say it fast, I'll mess it up. I think this could easily be a trap game here. I'm going to go Texas to pull it out.
Yeah, I'm frankly a little upset that you wanted to skip over the toilet bowl game of Clemson and North Carolina and then tell me to tear up trash football program they got in Gainesville. This game won't be close, and let me tell you why. And it's not got anything to do necessarily with Texas's offense. Florida will not move the ball against Texas's defense. That's a promise. It won't happen. They're dysfunctional. Billy Napier will be adding his name to the fired coaches list within the next 2 or 3 weeks. There's no way he won't. This team is dysfunctional. I would go as far as to say that they are currently, in my opinion, the worst team in the SEC. It's between them and Arkansas. Like when they duke it out, that'll probably whoever wins Florida Arkansas will probably win their only SEC game of the year when they beat the other one. Plain and simple. Because Florida is a mess. Like, what else do you want to call it? Like, it's bad, man. You can say trap game if you want to, but for me, Texas has just kind of been waiting to play a meaningful football game since their loss to Ohio State on the road. And even though Florida's bad, this is still a helmet game. You still have the logo of the Gator and the
Yeah.
logo of the Longhorn. People are going to care. So I expect Texas to come out, win big, and then we have to deal with the Texas fans on Twitter acting like beating Florida is a big deal, as if this is like 2008 and Tim Tebow's on the other sideline. It's an irrelevant football program and has been for about 2 decades at this point, and I really don't think that much is going to change for Florida until they can get a good coach in there that can figure out how to win again.
I'm gonna say this about Florida and DJ Lagway.
Don't.
Utter disappointment.
Okay.
Chase, me and you had this conversation. I guess it was last night at this point, or maybe 2 nights ago. You were talking about how you can't believe how bad DJ Lagway regressed.
Yeah.
He didn't regress. This is how he played last year. Now, yes, they went 6-1, but when you look at his absolute or his actual like statistics, 12 touchdowns, 9 interceptions in his 7 starts, right? However, against Power 4 competition, he had 7 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. So whenever he plays meaningful football, he's a turnover machine. Florida's offensive line is terrible. The only good thing about Florida is their defense, and I think that Florida's defense has done a very good job this year, even keeping them in relatively close games, or even giving them a shot to be competitive. It's because of the defense. And I'm going to say this about Texas and Arch Manning: have not looked great. Have not looked great. And this worries me going to Gainesville. Yes, it's a hard place to play. Quinn, whether you say it or not, it's a hard place to play. And when you play a team like Florida that has a really good defense so far this year, their secondary is really, really good. Their front 7 is very physical. So that worries me if I'm a Texas fan. However, if you're a Florida fan, having DJ Lagway at quarterback worries me. That I'm just going to say it. I was really hoping that DJ Lagway would turn out to be a very good college quarterback so far. He's not. The Billy Napier experience at Florida's done. This would be a Florida type game to win though. And this would be a Billy Napier type game to win. You normally have the one massive upset with Billy Napier at Florida, right? And then you have the other top 20 win that you have. This screams upset to me.
It does.
Like, it honestly does. At a 7.5 at home, you have a good defense against a struggling offense from Texas. It screams upset to me, but I can't do it. I cannot trust Billy Napier. I cannot trust Florida. I think he gets fired after this week, especially if they lose by 20 plus. He's probably going to get canned. So give me Texas to come in and get the win. But this is an asterisk that this is the upset game if it's going to happen for Florida, and it's a possibility.
Let me ask you guys really quick before we move off of this, just because their defense is legitimately really good. How much longer until they do the thing that every great defense with no offense does, which is just throw in the towel? How much longer into the season before you start seeing this defense stop caring because they know that no matter what they do, their offense isn't going to help them out at all?
It might be after this game. Like if their defense puts the offense in a position to go win the game at the end and they fumble it away, literally, that could be it.
Yeah.
Like if they get a turnover with like 2 minutes left and have a chance and they don't do anything, that's it.